each one of you deserve to be here because you just gave us a very impressive, very good debate. And I think the two sides of you have very different ideas in terms of prostitution. The affirmative thing is a job, so we have to protect your working rights. And the negative things, the prostitutes, they are victims. So I think what you did today was great because both sides of you have hold on to your stance and you try to attack on the other side, which I think is something good, and that's why we can have like an excellent debate today. And also, only my personal opinions, I think under both sides of you, there will be problems of illegal prostitutes. Yeah, because for example, from the affirmative, if the prostitutes, because the negative has brought out some evidence and mentioned that maybe the prostitutes, they don't want to be recognized or they don't want to pay more tax. So maybe they, under your legalizing situation, they might still go underground. And also for the affirmative, because you mentioned from evidence that 89% of people want to escape from prostitutes, they want to escape from the situation. That means that there will still be a small amount of people, who, prostitutes, who don't recognize themselves as victims. What if under your situation, they still want to work as a prostitute? How are you going to deal with this issue? It's something that you could still think about. Okay, thank you.
This is the first debate in the national, as far as I'm judging, that I hear a counter plan from the negative. And I think this is a good example where we see counterplan does target on some of the problems argued by the affirmative. And one thing that I like about the counterplan is that they have rather solid proof for the solvency for their plan. Usually for the counterplan, sometimes even for the affirmative plan, we don't really see very solid evidence to support how the plan itself can solve the problem. So in a way, this is some type of comparative advantage case, which is not a very often seen case right now in the policy debate in Taiwan. Right now, we're still using primarily lead plan case. So when you have a counterplan case, it's like now we're comparing these two different policies, plans, and we're saying which plan, okay, stands a better chance to come out. So if you think about this, one is pretty much trying to make use of what is currently existing in the status quo. The other one is bringing something totally new to the status quo. And if the negative successfully proves that their plan can be just as effective as the plan, or just as effective solving the problems claimed by the affirmative. However, their plan is primarily making use of what is already existing in the status quo, the resources. They don't really need to pour more money into the status quo to implement the plan. Then in terms of cost efficiency, that decision does go to the counterplan, okay, in their case. So in this case, I will say the affirmative really has to come out stronger in your attack on the counterplan. And I think one of the points that came to my mind when I was listening to their counterplan is that when they're talking about job training, and actually they're citing some success rate, like 80% success rate, all I was thinking is, yes, even if you are capable of helping these prostitutes who are willing to change their career path to do something else, are they able to make the same amount of money when they are still remaining as prostitutes? I do think for a lot of women, the reason they want to, become a prostitute is because they can make a lot of money in a very short period of time. But by going to this channel provided by the negative, are they able to do that? When they see there's no chance for them to accrue a large sum of money in a short period of time, is that still a viable option for them? No matter how successfully the government is able to help them land a job. The question now is not simply landing a job, but landing a job with high profit. Okay. If you think about what they're saying, then you can definitely attack this solvency aspect and saying that, well, because of that, there's no way that the prostitutes are willing to let go, this very profitable business or occupation, whatever term that you're using it. So that is not going to solve, they're not going to make these prostitutes let go what they're doing right now with their plan. Okay, so think about the solvency issue. And also when the negative was talking about like 840 people in 9 countries, and the prostitutes, and 80% of them are willing to escape from prostitution. When you hear this piece of evidence, when you first hear it, it's like, wow, that's a huge number of people, and that's like big percentage. But then think about it. When they say this many people are willing to escape prostitution, go back to what kind of environment they're trying to escape from. Is that environment the same as the environment your plan is trying to create? Okay, possibly the reason that they want to escape from the environment is because it's not safe. It's full of abuse, assault, and all of that. But if you're able to provide a safer environment, okay, a healthier environment, are they still willing to, or do they still feel the need to escape from that environment? On top of the fact that they actually aren't able to make a lot of money in a short period of time. So always go back and look at the evidence more carefully and try to poke holes, in some of the evidence. So don't just take it like, wow, okay, there's nothing that we can contest because the percentage is so impressive. Okay, so I think, again, I always tell the debaters when it comes to national, a lot of things, if you stay calm, if you really listen critically, carefully, there's definitely room for you to come back and contest, even though on the surface it may appear to be a very strong piece of evidence. But anyway, good job. This is one of the best that I heard today. Yeah. Nice job.
Please head back to the
Oh, we need to make the announcement.
Okay. So for this debate, and I have to, again, I just want to reiterate that it was a very close debate, okay? But we scored 1 point for the affirmative and 2 points for the negative.